Games People Play is a Palanca-winning play by Glenn Sevilla Mas that has a brief sold-out run at the Ateneo de Manila University's Fine Arts Blackbox Theater back in February. So now we'll be joined this morning by actors Abner Delina, the director and production designer Lacson Jr., and of course the playwright himself, Glenn Sevilla Mas. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wake up! So, okay, let's talk about the play. It was sold out pala way back.
Yeah, that was in February.
Yes. Last February.
Same venue.
Same.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
We're doing it at the Ateneo for the last time.
Okay, Games People Play. So tell me about this play. What is it about?
It's about three characters who try to understand why they are the way they are, and their way of going about it is to revisit their childhood, including the games that they played either alone or with the two other characters in the play. So I wrote the play in my final year of graduate school at the Department of Drama of the Catholic University of America in BC, and it won a Palanca in 2007.
Right, and you said that this is your ninth Palanca-winning play?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very humble. But so, and you play Abner, one of the characters.
Yes, I am Abner. I play, the main character I'm playing is Julio.
Okay.
And he is a very curious young boy who grew up playing and exploring games with his friends, Diego and Luna, in a small village in Visayas. So you can actually hear the actors speak in English with a Visayan accent.
Oh, do you have a Visayan background?
Yeah, actually from Cadiz, Negros Occidental.
Ah.
So, but it was originally written
In
with,
English. Yeah.
Yes, in
With
English
Kinaraya.
with Kinaraya. We were just allowed to transform it a bit into Hiligay nun.
Oh, that's interesting. And then what happens?
And then so they watch the play and they see the characters grow from 7 to 8, 9, 12, and then eventually they meet again at 28 years old, reminiscing the games that they have played since they were young.
Right, and I also read that it's something that people can relate to a lot, especially in the, with their childhood memories. But then it sort of turns a little bit dark.
Yes.
So what can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, basically because you have three very curious children in the province, and back then there were no entertainment, So it's
It's a coming of age.
it's a coming of age
Coming of age
story.
story,
And
yeah.
also, what's
coming of
interest-
age
yes.
story.
I guess what's interesting about the production of the play that Sir Glenn has written is that as actors, the three of us were allowed to play different roles, multiple roles. Like my main character is Julio, but I also transform into Diego's mother, or I also transform to the Red Riding Hood that Luna is telling Luna's story.
Okay, and what's interesting about that is you transform into all these characters, but you're wearing, and you're the production designer, right? They are wearing a simple costume.
Basic
Like
black
they don't
costume.
really turn into, you don't put on a wig or wear a dress or
No.
anything.
They wouldn't have the
Everyone's-
time.
Yeah, so what is it, what's the production design about and the costumes?
It of course always starts with the script. It says there that it's a bare stage in the beginning, and then they have their individual spaces. And so I took it from there. Again, I played inside cardboard boxes when I was a kid, and so for me that was my individual space. And so that idea grew and transformed into this set where we even use the cardboard for our lights. We created our own lights with cardboard, it's a very improvised production, basically. It's like kids doing their play in a living room, and they have cardboard to play with. So that's basically the idea for the set.
So the set will be cardboard boxes,
Yes.
and then the costumes will be black t-shirts?
Black, with minimal props to help them transition from one character to the next.
So really the focus will be on the acting, and the
yes.
script writing. So tell me more about that. So what should the audience expect from that?
Well, the play is for mature audiences only.
Yes.
So if you're immature, hindi pwede.
Yeah. Okay. And then, I've always been interested because in stories about people young boys and girls coming of age, or rite of passage also.
Yes, rite of
so
passage.
It's when young children are ushered forcibly into the world of adults, either whether they like it or not, and they become changed individuals after because of that experience. So that's what the three characters in the play undergo, and so they grow up, become really troubled individuals, and they try to understand why they are the way they are. So they revisit their childhood and play the games that they played as children, but this time with the cynicism of adults already. So
Interesting. I'm just trying to figure out how the play will unfold, unravel.
And it's also the director of the play, and it's very helpful for us as actors with the process that we have. It's very collaborative. Every time we have questions, Sir Glenn is also very accessible. So I guess that's one thing that I really appreciate with this production, and the support of the theater community also.
Your first time working with Glenn.
Actually, no. Interestingly, I played Sir Glenn's first first play, first book, right?
Yeah, I used to teach at the Philippine High School for the Arts in Makiling, Las Bañas, Laguna, and Abner was a theater arts scholar in that school. So we first met high up in the mountains of Makiling, and then we met each other again right now. So it's
And
in the mountains of Makiling.
I'm an audience member there.
So what do you think makes all your plays, a success? Because, Palanca-winning, pretty much 9 of them already by now. What is it about it, you think? Or maybe you have your own opinion. You've read his scripts. And
Glenn writes very dark plays.
Yes.
very dark plays, yeah.
But in a very good way.
Yeah, and for actors, I guess what's very interesting is the characters are very personal and very true. It's something from...
It's raw.
It's raw,
Characters
and it's
are very
always nostalgic. Everyone can relate to it because everyone has. We have our memories, and we have those that we have memories that we don't wish to remember. We have memories that, it's fun to recall.
And the structure is very different. You don't really have a narrative that tells a story in a linear way. Normally, we have the antagonist or the protagonist or the lead going through this obstacle and achieving something. In his plays,
it's not.
It meanders in a way, but it all comes together in the end. So it's always hard to answer how the story goes.
Unconventional.
It is.
Unconventional, very inventive. Like I read, you really have to use your imagination. But it does affect people in a compelling way. Maybe you tap into, I guess it's something else when you tap into people's past.
Yes.
So, the audience will sort of remember their own childhood and what they went through.
As well as my own childhood. Like I would watch the play, watch them weave their magic on stage, and in one little corner, I'd be
crying. You'll be crying.
Would always cry every time.
on cue.
On cue. So what else? So tell them, where can they get these tickets for the show? How long will it be running for?
It will run. We open tonight.
Okay, great.
It will run until Saturday, April 26. We have our shows are at 7:30 p.m. and then we have a 2:30 p.m. show on Saturday, April 26.
Yes. And it will be shown at the Ateneo Blackbox Theater, Old Com Building. So there is a map in our. If you like our
visit our Facebook page.
People Play Facebook page, so you know more about the details of the production.
Yes.
Great. Games People Play. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming
Thank you.
to the studio, and best of luck. Have fun with it.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was Abner Delina, Ed Lacson, and Glenn Sevilla Mas of Games That People Play.